All right, so this Tuesday we are coaching ReaperX AKA Alex. I might be referring to him as those two names interchangeably, so ReaperX Alex, welcome to coaching with Tom Locke.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Already making fun of my formalities. I appreciate you though. So you said you're about a medium player when it comes to Magic. Are
Yeah.
you more of a limited player or more of a constructed player?
Um, well, I think so. When I uh, kind of said that, I think it was based on. So, I mean, I played Hearthstone for a long time, and coming to MTG like a few weeks ago, it wasn't. It wasn't actually that much of a jump as I thought. I thought it was going to be a lot more of a jump, but in terms of answering your question, I try to play constructed with my one red burn deck that I was able to make, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's fine because that. All right, that's a better explanation of where you're at. I kind of know where to start. It means we're going to use a lot of shortcut heuristics and um, keys to drafting. So that means that we're kind of going to be teaching the basics.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of an acronym called BREAD for drafting or limited at all?
No, I have not.
So it's kind of a way to assess the value of cards. So BREAD, it's obviously the acronym. It goes in order, left to right. Bombs, removal, evasion, uh, activated abilities, and then dudes, do nothings.
Okay.
So, but you probably don't know what all those mean, of course. So I have to
Yeah, I
explain
mean, I
them.
can kind of
You can
infer it
guess.
from Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Just like that's kind of how I approach drafting before now. Is just like what looks like good arena value. But yeah,
Right.
if
And
you still want to explain them, go
I
ahead.
will. I will. Just helps for the YouTube crowd too.
Yeah.
So bombs are cards that when you the game on their own, you're always very excited to draft them. You're very excited to play them. They take over a game. Removal in the name. Evasion, that's things like flying or unblockable or trample is it's a form of evasion. So you those are generally more valuable because they change a board state around them, right? Then you've got activated abilities. Those abilities tend to be worse than evasion, but activated abilities. We've got the guild mages in this set as an example, and then do nothings. Those are things like Dowser of Lights, right? It literally has no text on it.
Yep.
So that's when you'll use things like from limited resources. They call it the vanilla test. Is you know you're comparing things to do nothings vanillas. So if they're better than those, then they're probably worth picking. Here,
All right.
you are a newer player to Arena. A whole paragraph of flavor text. That's right. If you right click on a card, you can see its flavor text.
Yeah. I do remember seeing this card a lot in constructed, which makes me want to play it or pick it just to draft it.
Yeah,
But
because you're a newer player, and I think it's worth talking about, right? You should, when you're drafting, you get to keep the cards, so you should pick cards that you want to play in constructed. This is I'm in Diamond One right now with Thief of Sanity in my deck. So another thing, if a card's being played in standard, it's probably pretty powerful. So
right.
it it's probably worth considering it strongly, even if you don't think it's that good. However, a card that says discover a card from the top of your opponent's deck, if you're familiar with the Hearthstone term,
Right.
um, that every single turn that it hits, yeah, that's a bomb, pretty obviously, as Cicero says. Cicero, I'm gonna say. I mean, Cicero was a dude, so I'm gonna call you a he. Um, Cicero is definitely right. Thief is a bomb, but I mean, I didn't need to say all that stuff that I said about it, but it helps you to evaluate cards that are comparable. For example, if Thief of Sanity were a 4-mana 1/1 flyer, not as good, but still takes over a game. So, still worth picking first.
All right. Anything worth saying about these other cards?
Oh, sorry, man.
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Yes. No, actually, because you're so new to the format, um, I think focusing only on what you should pick from each pack is the best approach. It focusing on like what could wheel or what colors are good, etc., is sort of a distraction from playing well.
Okay.
But yes, thank you for joining, Morgan.
All right.
All right. So we have an extremely powerful blue and black card. So we are going to always be looking at the black and blue cards first to see if any of them are powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Here, none of them really are. A gruesome menagerie is interesting because it can return our Thief of Sanity if it gets removed somehow. But it's still really slow. So we'd kind of be making a slower deck if we picked something like that right now. Something like a Devious Cover-Up protects our bomb. It's harder to evaluate something like that. Counterspells are some of the most difficult cards to play in Limited. So it's harder to push that evaluation. Cicero, while I absolutely agree discussing what can wheel is relevant. I don't disagree with you, but I think since Alex is only been playing Magic for less than a month, that might be a little too much. So what kind of drew your eye in this pack if we hadn't yet picked a Thief of Sanity?
Well, I know uh, there's kind of a good Boros deck in Constructed. Um, and that's about it. In terms of cards, I should probably read them.
Oh, okay. You don't know what all the cards do. That's of course true. My apologies. um, so yes, reading every card. If we're gonna take a pause here because I did not adequately prepare you for the start of this draft. I saw the Thief of Sanity. I got way too excited to start.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You don't know the cards. You don't know the archetype. Do you know the archetypes in the draft? I'm guessing no.
Vaguely.
Okay. Well, so this format is what's called a guild-based format. There's because of the 5 2-color guilds.
Yeah.
So obviously all 5 of those are archetypes that you can draft.
Right.
Are they all of equal power level? Unfortunately, no. Blue-black is the most powerful, followed by blue-red, or by Boros, depending on who you ask. Boros is the red-white guild. Then the Golgari, which is as you can see in the bottom right there, that's the green and black. That is the 4th most powerful, followed by the green-white Celestia. So we are looking to draft one of those 2 most powerful, but we do have to draft one of those 2 color combinations if we want to get powerful cards.
Right.
So Boros is a more aggressive style of deck. Dimir, the blue-black, is more slow, more controlling style of deck. Here, the Boros Challenger is a really powerful card with the Mentor ability. Mentor is what you want to have if you are looking to get a powerful Boros deck.
Okay.
It's not better than Thief of Sanity, but if blue black isn't available to us, we want to have moved into Boros sooner
All
rather
right.
than later. So
Yeah.
we're going to stay flexible with what guild we're drafting by taking Boros Challenger here because these blue black cards are really not very powerful.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's another constructed playable card. I know that.
It is, yep. Um, However, discard is typically worse in limited.
Yeah.
Um, it makes for very bad plays off the top of your deck when you both have played out all of your cards, and it doesn't impact the board at all. So it's always a tempo loss.
Mhm.
Here you have a very good defensive play with your Dimir Informant. It also
Right.
has the guild's keyword. So every guild in a guild-based set has a keyword. Keywords are the rules that were the rules that were invented for
Right.
that guild. So Dimir has Surveil, which is look at the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of those in your graveyard and put them back in any order. So Surveil 2 really helps you smooth out your draws and make sure that you
Yeah.
have the mana or don't have too much mana. So it's a good defensive play that helps contribute to the theme of the guild that you want to be drafting.
Hmm. Yeah. And then in terms of other cards, I mean, that's doesn't seem that good
No,
for if we were going Boros and then
something that you could look at, and in fact, if Cicero were drafting right now, he would probably be looking at the Hypothesizzle, look to draft kind of a 3-color, more controlling, slower deck. However, I think those decks are really hard to play, so I don't want to set you up that way.
yeah, yeah, no, that's fair. Every time I've drafted so far, it was in the Ravnica Allegiance, and I just drafted Gruul every time.
That's funny. Yeah, you can kind of do that on MTG Arena a little more. If you're drafting with real people, you can't really draft the same thing every time. So,
Yeah, yeah.
all right. So yeah, you can grab that informant, and we'll talk about the next thing.
All right. Oh. That is probably. Oh, we have the Guild Gate.
Yep. So 7 mana, you're correct, is too much mana. That's very difficult to get to 7 lands. So the Guild Gate is a reasonable option, but actually here, I think I like the Mesmerist.
All right.
You have it's a good blocker.
Mhm.
You're gonna need something on 2, and it also is a reasonable tempo attacker if you're beating in
Yeah.
with Thieves of Sanity, etc.
All right. Makes sense.
Fair. All right, so yeah, thanks, Strummy TV. I appreciate it. We are in the coaching, so definitely appreciate the raid. Ohio. This is definitely a tougher pick for you here. You have a 5 mana 4/1 flyer, right? We're talking about the Brad acronym. It's kind of warps the game around it. It's big. The problem with it is it only has 1 health, right? It's pretty easy to get rid of. Here for you. It is a good finisher if you have established control already. Leapfrog I wouldn't be excited about in a control deck. You don't really, you probably will have to block a 2/2 for 2 with it anyway.
Yeah.
Muse Drake, it unfortunately in this format with only the 1 power has had such low. I've just seen it have such low impact.
Mhm.
So for you, I think leaning on a card like Crawl Swarm to win the game, which I don't know why it's called Crawl Swarm. It's obviously Flying Swarm. Sorry. Um, is a an easier and better strategy to lean on. It also might be the correct pick in general, just having
Okay.
the bigger creature. And then I'm noticing now this is where we do actually want to notice what's kind of coming to us.
Yeah.
Here, none of these cards are particularly powerful, but there are a lot of red cards. So we're
Yeah.
going to say, okay, looks like maybe a good white card is gone, maybe a good green card is gone. Not too big of a signal yet, but nothing really awesome in Boros has come to us, so we're not
Okay.
excited to move into it. So that's where we're paying
Right.
attention here.
All right. So you went to Swarm.
Absolutely, yes.
All right.
So quickly looking, we see a lot of red and white cards still, but also
Yeah.
black and green, so just no blue. But that could still just be the pack. The white and red cards are not particularly good, so I'm not taking that as a signal, really.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I would like to take the Severed Strands because it's a removal. It's kind
Yeah.
of a pretty high cost, but it is removal nonetheless. So
Yeah.
we'll take a look at that. Okay, now we see some much better red and white cards in this pack and no good blue and black cards, which is definitely a bummer. Yikes. Yeah, definitely an underwhelming draft. This is Dowser of Lights is way too underpowered to be taking before
Yeah.
pick 8 or before pick
Yeah. I
9 or
figured we'd
10.
be taking these.
So
the
Fresh Trace
player
Recruit,
grid.
Fresh Trace Recruit is good in the Boros deck. Absolutely.
Okay.
So that is the only card from this pack that I would be excited to have in my deck.
Yeah.
So that's the metric that we're going to use to
Right.
pick there. Again, really nothing good. Yikes.
Yeah. I figured this point is just where we start chucking things.
So if you have enough Mentor, a Fire Urchin is good, because it can be a 2/4
Okay. Yeah.
with Mentor, right? And Hammer Dropper is really slow. It trades for a 2-drop. It's not what we want to look to be doing. So I think we can take Fire Urchin. When we really don't want to be playing Never Happened. So
Probably the second Mesmerist, right?
yep, that's the only playable.
Yeah. And I guess that's good that that's still up, right?
It's but we that was the pack that we opened, right? And there wasn't
Right.
really all that much powerful in it.
Oh, yeah.
I paid attention to that, even though I told you not to. And here, yeah, we can take the Goblin Locksmith if we want. If we're playing Boros, two 1s for 2 are just fine. They're not exciting or anything, but
Second Urchin.
Here, like Urchin is really bad. I don't want to. I don't want to give you any false impressions.
Yeah.
So here this pick is between Gateway Plaza and Dowser of Lights. Now, Gateway Plaza is something that if we take now, we can look for those hypothesizes and splashes, or if we open a Planeswalker or something like that. So it just kind of keeps us more open, and our draft is kind of a train wreck right now, so we kind of want to stay a little more open.
Yeah, I got it.
So yeah. All right, all these cards are bad. Just pick one of them.
Just take the uncommon.
Oh yeah. For the, you might play it, I guess. Take the cheaper. red card. I'm hoping you don't play red, but you could. Hammer droppers. You're probably not going to play it, but it's playable if you're struggling.
All right. All right. Ooh.
Okay.
I actually, I'm tempted to rare draft that, but obviously there are other things here. So.
Yeah. So actually, experimental frenzy is a bomb. You
Hmm.
can imagine that playing extra cards off the top of your deck, and then once you don't have anything good and you played a bunch of lands, you just cash it in, and now you've got 7 cards in your hand, and you can go crazy with all that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm also not seeing any good. Uh,
Black blue.
well, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Child of Night is not very good. Um, the Creeping Chill is unplayable. So Experimental Frenzy is good, and we're super happy that we took that Gateway Plaza. And yeah, this is the kind of card that you really want to splash for. It's a bomb. Bombs are what
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
It's totally fine to splash in limited. I don't want to discourage you from doing that, but I want it to be for a bomb. And yeah,
Yeah.
Experimental Frenzy totally is.
All right. Ah. All right.
So
Oh.
Demir
Okay.
Spybug is good. You are right. Um, that is also good. So here, we really don't have good Boros cards.
Hmm.
So Demir Spybug is very powerful and has us happy that that would be in Demir. Yeah, and Cicero is also right that we could move into Izzet, which is the blue red, and splash black for the Thief of Sanity and
Right.
Severed Strands sort of thing. However, I think Demir Spybug is a card that can easily take over a game, especially um, because it has menace.
Hmm.
And we're taking it early enough, we can pay a little more attention to Surveil.
Okay. All right. Ah. Oh. Is that too much? I feel like it is.
Yeah, so double evasion puts it up into, closer, more towards the bomb removal type area. 6 mana is doable, absolutely,
Okay.
and it is big. It does die to Hypothesizzle, so it will die a lot. However, we're not really excited about splashing for a Hellkite Whelp or Goblin Electromancer or anything like that. So
Okay.
it's not the most exciting card, but it's big. It'll end the game. We can take Crowl Swarm out of our deck because we're playing the Sphinx instead, kind of thing. You
Yeah.
know?
And and this looks really bad.
Yes,
So.
that is bad. Yep.
All right. Um.
Yeesh. So what do you think looking at this?
Um. Well, let's see. Looking at our curve, don't really. We would. Oh wait. I'm gonna put these.
Yeah, we definitely have enough good Demir cards that we don't have to play those.
Um. I don't. Well, let's see. We don't have too much of either 2 or 3 drops. Uh, this card seems better than this card. Um, That's what I'm thinking right now. And then this doesn't look good.
It's okay, but I think it's a little harder to make work than just a creature for you. It's we would want to play the bounce card with Surveil. So if we end up with that, having too much bounce is obviously, while that is good um, for uh, for tempo, it's really bad for card advantage. So
Right.
since we're kind of ending up being a slower deck, we're looking for things like that. So here, you can grab the Spiral Centipede or the Muse Drake. We already have 3 2-drops and a defensive 3-drop.
Okay.
So we don't really need another defensive 2-drop that doesn't really trade with anything.
Okay.
So it's kind of up to you if you want to play the Muse Drake or the Spinal Centipede.
All right. Is the fact that we have 3 flying things already, or 4 flying things already, would that is that a factor in taking something that's flying over something that's not flying?
Yes, actually. So you want a consistent plan for winning your games, and having an army of flyers with a defensive ground game is that way to win. However, Muse Drake only deals 1 damage per turn, so it's not a super impactful flyer. You can also take Izzet Guildgate. That'll make our splash a lot easier. And keep yourself, we only have 9 cards that are in our deck so far. We need to get, 14 more. So we can get up there. You can take the Guildgate here too.
All right. I might go with the Drake.
All right.
Or, well,
No, I would have pushed you to...
Okay.
I would have pushed you to something if I felt it was a big deal.
All right.
Cool.
What is this? Oh, okay. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, so we already have 1 Surveil payoff in our deck. So getting 2 in our deck means that we really want to move up those Surveil cards.
Yep.
So that's exciting for us. There is also a Command the Storm, which is a removal spell, but it's a little expensive, so it's not as valuable as it could be. So, yeah, Thoughtbound Phantasm is something I'm excited to see.
Ooh. That's Surveil.
So it is, and we don't have any Death Touch creatures or anything like that yet. However, none of these other cards are that good. We could take a Guildgate, but yes, you're right that we do want to look for Surveil. So, absolutely worth picking. And then we move up the Death Touch creatures a little bit more because of the you like block with a Death Touch and then Dazzling Lights it.
Okay, yeah.
Card says Surveil on it, right?
And flying.
Yeah, pretty good.
2 for 1.
Yeah. So you excited to see that?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Pick it up.
What's your thoughts on lockets? I know they're not that good, but
I'm never excited to have one.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, just like this pack.
We're not playing any of these cards, so you can take the Join Shields for the Vault Progress. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, I'll usually just take the uncommons.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this is the pack we started with.
We're not playing Creeping Chill.
Yep.
We might play Child tonight.
All right, just because it's a 2-drop.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Mesmerist. Or, well, that has Surveil, but I don't know if that's good.
Pretty low impact. However, this Unexplained Disappearance, that's the card that I was talking about when we didn't take the Selective Snare. That's the bounce
Hmm.
for like X creatures of the same type.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and that's something that works really well with our surveil because, say, our opponent blocks our Demir spy bug, right? And then we're like, +1/+1, and bounce one of the ones that's
Oh, yeah, yeah,
blocking
yeah.
it. It
Got
also
it.
works really well with Thoughtbound Phantasm for the same reason, right? They make it's a Thoughtbound Phantasm is a 3/3. They attack with both their 3/3s. We bounce, or maybe like a 3/3 and a 5/5 or something. We bounce their 5/5 and then block their 3/3 with the
Hmm.
Phantasm. So
So,
it's
question. This is just a mechanics question.
sure.
So, if you have two things blocking something with menace, and then you like return one of them to their hand, it still hits the one that's left blocking, right?
Yes. So a creature is still blocking
All
at
right.
that point. Yep.
It's just the triggering it to be a blocker in the first place.
Yep. It's
It needs
and
to.
in the rules it's called declared.
Okay.
Declared as a blocker.
Ooh, this is
Yeah, no, you can take the locket. None of these cards are playable, so grab a
all
locket.
right.
It's fine. Selective
Hmm.
snare is, I don't know. Cicero's going to talk us into it, maybe. But yeah, you're not super excited about it, but it is. You're not. I don't think you're going to play Passwall Adept when you've got two
Yeah.
Mesmerists and a Child of Night, three Mesmerists.
Is this any? Let's see. Oh, yeah, that doesn't look very good.
No, and there's no sideboards in this. We're just +1, so.
Yeah, I'm just putting it to get them out of the way.
Oh man, you got to lock it in. You're forced to take a locket. All right.
All right. Oh
So
wait,
you're
tap
you're
land.
gonna take
Or
Steam Vents, because it's a rare and it's standard playable and it'll be standard playable for forever
okay.
because that's what dual lands are. However, um, the price of fame is super exciting. Removal
Oh.
and surveil and
Hmm.
instant speed,
Yeah.
super good. But yeah, rare drafting for sure. You
All
cool with
right.
that?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm in it for the long haul here.
Yeah. Oh, that goes in your deck, dude.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Well, especially since we see.
Okay, if we are, I forgot that we're going to be playing the.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So here, there's. This is actually a hard choice. I know Artful Takedown looks very obviously the pick, but Beacon and Bolt is two removal spells.
Yeah.
However, we aren't going to have too many instants and
Yeah.
sorceries in our graveyard, so I think the Artful Takedown is going to be the pick.
All right.
Hey, we found a Death Touch creature.
Mm-hmm.
The Whispering Snitch looks like it would be a surveil payoff, but that's only if we had like
Oh yeah. That's
repeatable surveil. So
yeah.
I think we can just take the super defensive Death Touch.
All right. I'm just reading this. Oh, that's yeah. All right.
Yeah, not very good.
um. Hmm.
It's slow, but it's worth the splash if we don't have enough playables.
Okay.
Because none of these other cards are that good. I mean, there's Bartizan Bats is okay, but
Playcrafter, I know is play is
yeah. Plague Crafter. Um, I really don't know how to evaluate that card. Cicero, you have
yeah. I mean,
experience playing Plague Crafter at all?
it's I assume it's good for token decks.
Well, yeah, if we were a token deck, but
Right. Right.
black
Right.
isn't typically a token deck, so
Yeah.
um, if there's a it's called Luminous Bonds, can't
Yeah.
attack or block. We sacrifice our Luminous Bonds creature. That's pretty good. So I think Playcrafters is going to be slightly better than a Pitiless Gorgon here. Um, so yeah, we'll take it and play it. We can sacrifice like a Vidalcan Mesmerist that's not very useful.
Mm-hmm. We go with the
Wall.
bats here.
Well, Wall of Mist. If our strategy is to attack in the air, Wall of Mist is pretty good.
Oh, okay.
So a card like Wall of Mist, when it's good, is basically pick a creature to remove every turn, and you get to change what it
Yeah.
is because you're blocking it. However,
Yeah.
it's not typically that good. So
Yeah. I think coming
um,
from Hearthstone, I see a 0/5 and I just immediately hate it, but I can
yeah,
imagine it's a lot better in Magic.
yeah, a lot better for sure. So yeah, Wall of Mist is what I'll take here and look to get that going with our flyers.
Probably the strands, right? Are we playing two?
Probably not, but because we have that wall, we're likely to play more, in my opinion.
All right. Uh,
Well, Command the Storm is a good card off the splash. I think
okay.
it's better than Dowser of Lights.
All right.
And Gateway Plaza. Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Because we're never playing 3 Severed Strands, so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The centipede.
Yeah.
Or, I don't.
We'll
Are we
look at
gonna
our.
play
We're
it?
probably not going to play it, but we'll look at our curve and
Right.
stuff.
This is just.
Yeah.
I'll probably just take this for.
All right. Well, we can put the bats in and see if it's see if it's playable. Um, that's not a combo with our deck. You Cosmotronic Wave maybe.
I don't know. I assume we're just not gonna play these.
No, probably not.
Right. All right. It's, you like it better in this view?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So the good news is we only have one double cost card and it's blue. So our mana base is not as bad as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, wow. Definitely not excited about this deck.
All right.
But I think we can do it. So I think we don't end up playing the selective snare.
Okay.
So then we have to make 2 cuts.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I'll do the lands after. I'll just tell you what the lands are, by the way. You don't need to worry
All
about
right.
that.
Yeah. Maybe one of
Um,
the severed strands.
yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea. So that puts us at 41. Probably a mesmerist.
All right.
Just because probably 2 mesmerist and 1 child of night is probably better than 3 mesmerist. So do that.
All right.
Okay. So for the lands, we need double blue. So if you have 9 sources of something, then you'll probably have double blue by turn 3 or 4, a double of it by turn 3 or 4. And this has put our lands at only 8 blue sources, which is not enough. So go ahead and put another island in there. And then for black sources, we have 8, which is okay. We don't really need to play any black stuff on turn 1 or 2. So we can take that turn off for that Gateway Plaza. That's okay. And however, we have 6 red sources, which for only 3 red cards, we definitely don't need.
Hmm.
So go ahead and cut down to 4. And that means that we have space for an island or a swamp. And our islands are much more important to have early, so we'll go with that island. Does that, the way that I spoke through your mana base, make sense to you?
Sure. Yeah, that's. I mean, in terms of deck building, that's like in constructed too. Like, I'm kind of getting an idea for it, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's another strategy, which is so each colored symbol is called a pip. That's the vocabulary for it.
Yeah.
So you add up all the pips, and if you have a double, then you count that as 3 pips.
Okay.
If you have a triple, you count it as 5 pips. I don't know. There's not very many triples, but so obviously you've got a ton of blue pips.
Hmm.
Only 3 reds, and then some black, and then you just do your percentage of sources by that, which is
Okay.
you're not going to go too wrong doing it that way. You'd probably have too few mountains in your deck if you did it that way this time, but then the other way that you want to look at it is, what do I need to play early? And you
All right.
really need
Yeah.
to get your blue stuff in early. So
And then the total number of lands is that
just for you, stick to 17.
okay? That's just because we have a like the curve's pretty low, right?
Um,
Or is it based more on draw?
it's like if you had like a super aggressive like low curve deck, you would go to 16. If you had like a more controlling high mana cost deck with more bombs, where if you got to 6 mana, like you automatically win the game, or your odds of winning the game get so much higher when you get to 6 mana, that's when you'd want to play 18 or 19 lands.
Okay, got it.
But
But it wouldn't vary too much off of that.
yeah,
Okay.
so you're good.
All right, let's roll. It's funny the first time I did a draft, I had someone helping me, and we were like 4-0 or something, and we got placed against like I think it was like number 16 mythic, and I was in like bronze at the or cop or whatever it is, bronze I think at the time.
That's hilarious.
Ooh. Uh, I think I keep this?
Yes, you do.
All right.
So I'll talk you through this hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have your plan. You can hit the keep button, and we'll talk while we're waiting
All right,
for your
yeah.
opponent to play.
I'm assuming. Do I play the steam vents
Tapped. Yep.
tapped?
Mhm.
Yeah. I know it. Does it matter if I play the island or the mountain?
Yeah, you'll want to play the island because you just have more blue stuff to do first.
Okay.
And then
And we're playing the mesmerist.
yep, because that does something. Yep.
Right. What is the? Oh wait, I guess I kind of already saw it. What all the red removal is. All right. So
Yeah. Go ahead and attack, and then do stuff in main phase 2.
okay, that's probably one thing that I like coming from Hearthstone. I feel like I have to get used to the most.
Yeah, it's in Hearthstone. There's the mantra draw first, right?
Right.
In Magic,
You're-
it's main phase 2. You're just giving
Okay.
information away otherwise. So.
Right. So am I playing the mountain and then the wall?
Yep.
Or right.
Nothing
Play the
else you
blue
can do. So, drawing a swamp is very good for you.
Yes.
All right.
So we just block with that, right?
Mhm. Yep.
There's no reason not to. All right.
Right.
Okay. Well,
That makes it so any 4th land is good.
yeah.
Yep.
So attacking with this is fine because it'll just make that 0, right?
Except you want to block with it.
Okay.
So you can't attack if you want to block with it.
Okay, so we would rather. Oh yeah, okay. I see what you're saying because we
Hmm.
wouldn't race him, right?
Right, because that army of goblins is going to be it's going to be a lot of
Okay,
goblins.
yeah. So you
So,
just play this and pass.
hmm. So I'd block that with your 2/2.
The 2/2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Well.
yeah, but okay. So go ahead and block, and then I'll explain as the rest of the turn is happening.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
we just because we're kind of choked on mana, we just want to
Mhm.
live,
All right.
and so that's why we need to block that there to make sure our opponent just doesn't have infinity 1/1s.
Yeah.
Um, and if our opponent uses like a sure strike or some sort of spell to kill our guild mage, that's okay because they're not using that spell to kill other stuff that was important to us.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
Like for example, this Watcher in the Mist that we really want to cast next turn.
Hmm.
So go ahead and block with the 2/2 again. For the same reason that we blocked with it last turn,
Yeah.
we want to block with it again this turn. Okay, so if our opponent had something that dealt 2 damage, they probably would have used it on the Mesmerist already, right? So that they could have gotten through.
Yeah.
Um,
So see if Insanity's good here. I'm
yeah, yep, that's what I
all right.
would like to cast.
Yeah. And okay.
Yeah, and it auto passed, so we know that our opponent didn't have instant speed removal for the Thief
Yeah.
of Sanity,
Got
so
it.
that's awesome for us.
All right. Cool.
The blue means they probably have Hypothesisal,
Okay.
but that's okay. They're spending their whole. Oh boy.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, go ahead and block with your 2/2. They're tapped out, so. Well, you get to attack with your Thief of Sanity.
Ooh. That's not bad right now. All right.
Yeah, so.
So do I attack with that? Yeah.
Yep, attack with Thief of Sanity. It's like in Hearthstone, draw first, right?
Oh yeah. I forgot it is a draw.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
All right.
So, Cosmotronic Wave might end up being good, but right now it's not, right? It only kills a token from our
Yeah.
opponent. So, just getting a free 2/2 is totally fine with us.
All right.
So,
Okay.
here, up to you if you want to play like a Hired Poisoner and an Electromancer, or if you just want to play the Bartizan Bats. The Bats plays into Cosmotronic Wave a little more,
Mhm.
but so the more defensive play is the Electromancer and the Poisoner. The Bats is the more aggressive play. So kind of up to you what you think you want to be doing.
Okay. And do I ever?
No,
Okay.
you're kind of running out of time, so
Yeah.
that's why I just said no there. But yeah, so you want to save your removal as long as you can and limited. Like
Okay.
your opponent could
Yeah.
just
Okay. That makes sense. Got it.
play. I think there's probably a mythic dragon in this set or something like that. Or hey, look, there's something that's worth sacrificing,
Ah. Yes.
right?
Oh. Okay. All right. I'm playing this Watcher.
But always
Or
after you attack, because you don't want to give your opponent free
oh yeah,
information.
yeah, yeah. But we are playing it, right?
Yep. So go ahead and attack with your bats.
Okay. I'm assuming we want to keep the island for the Sphinx, right?
Yeah.
Does this matter? Do we like this?
It probably doesn't. At this point, if our opponent had, because this isn't a tempo game anymore, right? It's our opponent kind of has had opportunities to do whatever they wanted. We don't really need the tempo. We just need ways to deal with flyers that they would play that block, and
Got it.
that only deals with it for one turn. So that's not what we're excited to do.
Okay.
It is. Cicero is right that it is fine to keep both, because of the surveil and the way that your next turns would play out. Like you could have something like Electromancer Poisoner and leave the Unexplained Disappearance up, and then surveil control your draws that way. But I think that it's not something that you need because you do have the Severed Strands in your hand. But perhaps keeping it on top was better. It was a more land first and then the bounce spell. So that's what bounce is, returning a card to your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
Land first and then bounce spell is actually better in some scenarios because you do have your opponent on a 2-turn clock. And
Okay.
you also, I forgot that you could copy it with League Guildmage. So, yeah. Actually, we should have kept it on top. My
Okay.
bad. But here, yeah, go ahead and attack with your flyers again. And then you've got a flyer that makes your opponent and have to have some answers. Yeah, I forgot about the copy. I've never played League Guildmage in a game of draft, so kind of forgot about that. All right. So our opponent has a flyer. So that's something we're going to look to kill, of course.
It's interesting that he's attacked with the goblins every turn. I guess
They have to attack, actually.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, if you read Legion War Boss.
Oh, okay. So, we severed strands the flyer.
I would, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
All right. It's
so,
so we have to do it now, right?
Yeah, but so play your swamp first, though. You can do that. And I actually, I'd be willing to copy it with your Legion Guildmage if you wanted. Maybe not, because you've got 7 lands, so you could severed strands and then post-combat play a Crawl Swarm. So go ahead and, yeah, don't copy it. Just severed strands and the Bleed Dragonauts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does the League Guildmage actually work? So is it something in your hand?
No. So go ahead and attack with your flyers.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can just hit the resolve all, and I'll explain what's happening.
Oh.
But yeah.
All right.
So go ahead and attack with your flyers. But yeah, that was just tapping your creature so it couldn't attack and dealt 2 damage to you. But it does have flashback, so I would, yeah, play the flyer for sure. Mm-hmm.
But so the Guildmage, it copies it from your hand, or
no?
how does that work?
It only copies when it's on the stack. So
Okay.
when you're playing it, you technically have a chance to um, you technically have a chance to play any other effects at instant speed, but in arena that they just skip that because you normally don't do something like that. So you
Right.
have to hit the control key to use full control and then play your spell that you want to copy and
Okay.
then use her ability. Um, but
Oh.
selective snare, and then they'll probably
There it is.
copy something. Thousand Year Storm. That's such a funny card. Wow. Oh, they're gonna copy their Sonic Assault.
Oh man, things are going crazy.
Look at all that damage your opponent gets to attack for.
Oh man.
All right, so yeah, you won obviously. So go ahead and attack with everything and enjoy.
All right.
All right, so let's talk about that game before you hit the play button again.
Got it.
Um, I felt like that game was kind of fundamental with the Flyers deck. You know, you saw you had the ground kind of held, and then you just attacked in the air, right?
Yep.
Um, you saw how valuable it was to hold your removal as long as possible,
Yep.
right? Like 2 times, right? You saw, you know, okay, my opponent tapped my creature, and now I just get a free creature to sacrifice. So I'm fine with that. And then you saw, oh, my opponent played a flying blocker. Sweet, I get to get rid of that. All right. And then, you know, if you would have held it even longer, which it wasn't right to hold it longer in this case. But if you would have held it even longer, you would have been able to copy it and kill 2 creatures, right? So
Yeah.
but you can see like the value of removal goes up as the game goes on, which
Right.
is different than, for example, a 2/2 for 2. The value
Yeah.
of a Child of Night there, for example, would have gone down as the game went on. So, as happened to your Vidalcan Mesmerist.
Right.
So you saw why we held the Mesmerist back against the Goblin, and all those sorts of things. So that is basic limited magic right there. That game that you played.
Yep.
Your opponent was not doing basic limited. But we'll just ignore that. All right. Yeah, go ahead. I'll get another one in.
All right.
Sweet.
That is good.
Yeah. Very exciting.
So, yeah. So, are we doing Island, Plaza, Swamp, or Swamp first?
So I would play a Swamp first because
Okay.
you have hired Poisoner, so don't worry about it. But
Yeah. Good.
the
Yeah,
only
good
one
point.
mana thing you have is black.
Right.
Here, you're playing against Selesnya. I don't think you need a Child of Night right away. You really want to get this Thief of Sanity online, though. So,
Yeah.
you can play the Gateway Plaza. Now, you could have just played Child of Night there and then Thief of Sanity. You had the 3 lands. Okay. Now you want to block that.
Am I playing the Child Knight?
Yeah, so I would play the island first, so then your opponent
Yeah.
doesn't know what color you're leaving up. But yeah, you want to block that 2/2, so you're gonna play Child of Night instead. Unfortunately, punished for playing the
Yeah.
Gateway Plaza, but just like it was still right to play because the texture of your hand was, you know, if you didn't end up with that 4th land, you were never really going to get the 5th land, you're never going to get a really good chance to play Gateway Plaza. So go ahead and pass the turn. And then you always block here.
Yeah.
Of course. So
Okay.
All right. Well, never mind. I guess you don't block here,
Yeah.
since it doesn't give it minus toughness at all.
Yeah.
Frown Town. But now you've got your Thief of Sanity to start attacking, so.
Yeah. Okay, so we're dropping the thief.
Yep, but play your land first for the same reason as you played your land first last time.
And we're leaving this up for blocking, right? Oh yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
not buffed anymore.
Even if it were buffed, you'd still leave it up for blocking the 2/2.
Yeah. Oh.
That was wow, that was fast. All right,
All right.
let's hit the so yeah, you can resolve all. Let's hit the luminous bonds from our opponent's deck with this Thief of Sanity. Let's do that.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's not.
Oh wait, they choose. I forgot.
Nope. All right, so yeah, go ahead and get in with that Thief of Sanity.
All right. Ooh.
Pelt Collector, sure. That's all right. So you can
All right.
play Island,
playing?
Pelt Collector, Centipede. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have to.
All right.
Oh, it's trample.
It does.
Fortunate.
It does. I think you do have to double block, but it looks like
Well, you
they're-
know, maybe we kill everything else and then play Crafter.
yeah.
Uh,
It looks like our opponent is thinking about convoking another thing, so
is the Dazzling Lights worth playing on the worm to kill it and keep stuff alive, or?
yeah.
All right.
That is the play that Cicero is goading us into.
Oh, what's coming?
Yeah, so resolve all and
Oh boy.
that's hopefully our opponent attacks. That's what we really want. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, put the Centipede and Child of Night in front of the Siege Worm, and then you can play Dazzling Lights.
All right. Am I blocking? I'm not blocking the 2/2, right? Is it? It's better to keep the Pelt Collector
Yeah,
alive.
because then you'll be able to block 2/2s, because it'll be
Yeah.
a 3/3.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Good for the. Okay.
and then I would think you play Dazzling Lights on the Siege Worm.
Yeah.
All right. Artful Takedown is not good enough. And Thoughtbound. I mean, Artful Takedown buys you a turn. Is that good enough? Probably not, right?
Well, I mean, with Experimental Frenzy, can't we just dig? Or
Yeah.
is that relevant?
I know we get rid of Thoughtbound Phantasm for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I think you can bin Artful Takedown. I think it's not very
So
good.
get rid of it.
Yeah, bin.
Alright.
Put it in the graveyard.
Oh, yeah,
Put
yeah.
it in the trash.
I see.
The bin is the English word for trash.
Are we Experimental Frenzying here, or attacking with Thieves' Sanity first, right?
Yeah, Thief of Sanity first. Yes! Got
That
it.
is good.
Nice.
And we're just burning his 5/5, right?
Oh yeah, we're super excited. All right, and then
And
here,
play the swamp, right? Or
yeah,
do I hold the
Yep,
swamp?
you play the swamp because you've got Experimental Frenzy. You want to play all your lands out?
Yeah, good point.
That was very lucky.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thief of Sanity, pulling its weight.
Yeah. That's why we first picked it. Absolutely. Very excited. Sorry if I ruined anybody's headphones with that clap in front of the mic. I'm sorry. I like your arguments, but I don't know if what we want to do is just buy time. But we probably do when we have the flyer in play. All right, affectionate Indrik. We would like to draw an artful takedown now, please. But yeah, definitely put the 3/2 in front of the 2/2, whichever one
Yep.
attacks.
He's thinking about it.
It would have worked out really well for us if we kept that artful takedown. So I'm thinking I was wrong.
All right. All right. So, are we blocking both 2/2s or?
No, 3/2 in front of the 2/2, 2/2 in front of a 1/1. Because the pelt collector grows, it's
Yeah.
much more valuable too.
And are we putting the token from the centipede on the thief or the pelt? Because I feel like he's gonna.
Okay, so put it on the.
Right?
You put it on the thief because if you put it on the pelt collector doesn't grow.
Oh
So-
yeah. Okay, I forgot that was anytime. Oh, okay. So now we're islanding and frenzying, right?
Actually, you attack with Thief of Sanity.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Do I play the island?
Nah,
Does it matter?
no,
Okay.
just attack with Thief of Sanity. So I like Beetle.
Okay.
So,
Because if I put that on the thief, then this will just die, right?
yeah, you're getting there.
And
So-
it'll buff the pelt collector.
No, it does not. It only.
Oh, that's
triggers
when it.
something.
Oh, when it dies. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but you can go Beetle, put the counter on the thief.
And then
Land, play
island.
crafter.
Frenzy?
No,
Oh,
land,
are
play
we quick
crafter.
crafting?
Yeah.
Oh, on the beetle. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because, like,
It's
just-
just have a 3/2, right?
Land Frenzy just seems too early. Yeah, just having the
Okay.
3/2 is good. Our opponent did draw the 6th land, so it's funny that, like, the top of our opponent's deck has been so useful for us. But yeah. Land Frenzy was probably better. Now that I'm taking a little bit more time to think about it. Kind of doing, when you're coaching, you're kind of doing 3 things at once, right? So, all right.
Well, rip thief, but
Yeah. It's all right.
buffs the pelt collector. Nice.
Yeah.
Our opponent's deck is doing work. All right, do we just land frenzy here?
Yes, I would land Frenzy. It sucks if we have a land on top, but we're less than 50-50 to have a land on top, so. Oh, look at that.
Okay, the draw does nothing right from this, but are we? Wait, do I am I attacking here or?
Do you want to trade your 4/4 for a what's in play? I don't think you do. It holds off
Yeah.
all the attacks, so.
Yeah. So we're just playing the Drake and passing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, bummer that we drew such a good card, but it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, Frenzy the turn before was definitely a much better play. That was my mistake. My apologies. But
We're getting at the top end of our deck now.
yep. Like, the funny thing now here is that, like, you don't have decisions to make anymore. You just play all the cards that are on top of your deck
Yep.
for a while, and then you might break Experimental Frenzy eventually. But bummer. Well, your Muse Drake is doing good on defense, despite all
Yeah.
of the things that I said about it.
Ooh. Rip.
That's all right. You can just pass the turn back to your opponent.
All right.
They obviously have nothing super cool to do, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Their deck probably sucks if they're playing two Call Are the Culprits. So that's a good to know, right? Is we probably have time to just draw some good cards and lean on this experimental frenzy and gain that
Yeah.
card advantage.
And
All right, well, that's a good card.
ooh, yeah.
We don't have any ways to kill it in our hand, so we're not incentivized to blow up our experimental frenzy or anything like that. So,
All right.
oh my gosh,
Uh-oh. That's not fun.
yeah. Let's
One has haste.
Yep, no bueno. You're not
Are we,
blocking it.
okay.
Sometimes you lose to bad cards and bad decks. Just, it's life. So obviously the 1/3 on the 2/1.
Yeah, yeah. Are we blocking the 2/2?
No. Um, Basically, the math works
It's
out.
like we
You can just
die.
block next turn instead. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Golgari Raiders doesn't have trample, so we might end up using it to block the Golgari Raiders next turn.
I got it. All right.
All right. Tapped.
Well.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
Um.
So the 1/3 holds off more stuff, so I think we just sacrifice the
Ooh,
3.
wait. We like healed a lot, right?
Well, you only heal for 2 because it's the sacrifice.
Oh, our sacrifice,
Yeah.
not theirs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I would sacrifice
we-
your 3 too.
The 3/2.
Yeah. All right. Look at that. Have we played a land already, right? So, okay. So Surveil's
yeah.
really good with Experimental Frenzy.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So lands both go in the graveyard.
Yep.
Oh wow,
And
3 in a row. Yikes.
We're not. No
No.
point sacking it, right? Yeah.
So yeah, you could have attacked there, but
Oh, wait. Well,
there was consideration to it because now
Okay.
you can double block a 2/2 if you don't attack, or you can, block.
yeah. I mean, I figure we're not going to win by hitting them with that.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Our opponent can make a big champion, but we get to kill any attackers that they. Oh wait, can you read that card real quick? Oh, you tap. Okay, cool. Got it. So yeah, I think you just take the 4.
Really? All right.
Yeah. Because you could just jump block next turn.
All right. Yeah. And he's not going to burn.
Yeah. Your opponent could have had a pump spell, but like you just. Okay, so that's the thing to do. That's excellent. Need.
Oh. All right.
Yep, I would bounce the champion,
Yep.
and then obviously swamp goes in the graveyard. Okay, we're getting there. All right.
Oh. All right. And not attacking.
No, I don't think so. How many cards are left in your library? 8.
8.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
lose to
12.
decking. It's fine.
Are we sacking Frenzy? Probably.
Uh, probably. Oh man, I wish I remembered our deck list. Okay, can you go to your graveyard? Maybe it'll remind me. What other instants and sorceries do we have in our deck? I think there's none of them, right? Oh, Sphinx is good. We definitely want to cast that.
All right, we're just playing this,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah. Oh boy, this is math is hard. Yeah, just play the land off the top. We don't have enough to win. Death touch, okay. That's actually really good. Command the storm. All right, cool. Excellent.
are we
Now you
stopping the
now you
frenzy?
can sacrifice the frenzy. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
It was probably better to do that on his.
It
end
was,
step, right?
but it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and attack with just the spy bug and yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 6 creatures and your opponent has 7 attackers. So yeah. Or sorry, you have 7 on 7, so you can attack with just the spy bug. Yes. Yes, it was better to pop the frenzy end of turn. I should have stopped you, but just wasn't quite thinking everything all the way through for you.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So. Oh. Okay.
So, 2-1 in front of the 2-2. Doesn't matter which. 5-4 in front of a 2-2. Doesn't matter.
Oh wait.
5-4 in front of a 2-2. Death touch in front of a 3-4.
Wait.
1-3 in front of a 1-1. No. Yeah. Yes. You have to block that way.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Cool.
And
And then we lose to a pump.
yes, but you were going to lose to pump spells.
Yeah. No, I know. I was just kind of
different
calling
ways,
it more
so-
than
I
saying
see,
what
I
to
see.
play around.
Got it.
Oh, look at that. We got this.
Yeah, so your opponent has 1 creature in play. How did they play? Why did you make that attack, opponent? I guess they thought they won. So go ahead and play your Watcher in the Mist pre-combat.
Because it'll buff the spy
yes.
bug, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we're keeping these on top, like
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, but we might change the order, right? So we wanted to draw the Mesmerist before the Plaza. So
Yeah.
change the order. Then you can play your Swamp. You can attack with all your not 1 power stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Include it. Well, so
So
attack with the Drake.
no, that has 1 power.
Or yeah, I meant not attack with the Drake.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Is it just if he makes like haste stuff?
It's if your opponent plays Luminous
Oh, if he like
Bonds.
taps it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Crowl Swarm deals the most damage the fastest.
Yep.
Yeah, so we could have done combat math, right? Like, if our opponent was at 14 here, which they would be if we attacked with the Muse Drake. 14, then we have points of power in the air right now is 6, 9, 10, 15. So we have 15 points of power in the air.
Oh.
That's why I didn't attack with the Muse Drake last turn. Was it?
All right. Cool.
So attack with
Yeah.
all your flyers. So yeah, don't worry, Cicero. I did the math already.
Oh man, no. When you said that, I was worried, but
No. When you have played many games of Limited, you'll do the math very quickly.
woo!
You did it.
Went in with 1 health and 2 cards left.
Yeah. Um, so you kind of drafted a control deck, right? So you can blame me a little
I guess
bit.
you kind of expect that to happen, yeah.
Um, so this is where we're going to end our play for the day.
Yep.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about that last game because a lot happened in that game, right?
Yeah.
So maybe your opponent tilt attacked. Maybe Cicero is right that your opponent didn't know how they were going to win the game, so they just attacked with everything, which was amazing for you.
Yep.
Um, but you had a couple fortunate draws and the fortunate
Oh
tops
yeah,
of
I
your
forgot.
opponent's
I
deck.
forgot what happened early in that game with the 2/5/5s.
Yeah. You so you had to adapt to a lot of information very quickly, and
Yeah.
I kind of told you what to do, but that's due to the timers on MTG Arena, right?
Yeah.
If I had infinity time, I could have slowed down and used a bit more of the Socratic method, right? However, you still reacted to a lot of information on your own. But seeing those reactions and how your game plan changes based on all that new information is a lot different in Magic than Hearthstone. In Magic, the cards are just kind of a lot more powerful, right?
Yeah.
So you can see you have to react more than you do in Hearthstone. So how do you feel about this deck going forward on your own? How many more wins do you think you can get with it?
Well, let me think. I'm thinking back to the first game. Would I have been able to win it on my own? Maybe. Probably would have been too overzealous with attacking and the that one removal spell. On this game, I definitely would have not won it.
I mean, look, I'm surprised that I won that game, so. um, but yeah, I think you can do 4 or 5. I think
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you get to 5 wins with this deck, you should be pretty proud of yourself
All right.
for your play.
Yeah.
But was something that was awesome about those 2 games was they really showcased the power of flyers,
Yep.
reacting to new information, which you're always going to have to do with Thief of Sanity.
Yep.
That's going to be tough. And just having like those early 2-power creatures to block,
Right.
Now,
I think that's the key. Is if I just need to remember to use the early things, not for aggression. So those are the decks I'm used to playing.
Right. But you saw how your flyers came to overpower the games, and
Right.
you really didn't need your 2-1s, right, at all to win the game. They were just to get you to the end. So.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Do you have any more questions?
I don't think so.
Cool. All right. Well, Alex, thank you very much for joining me. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit me a follow on Twitch if
Oh yeah, of course.
that strikes
We'll do
your
that right
fancy.
now.
Anybody? Awesome. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you for the next video on Thursday.
All right. Thanks.